Hi. Good morning,
Good
Philip.
morning. Hello.
How are
How are
you?
you? I'm
I'm
okay.
okay.
I'm awake. My eyes are very small today. Wow.
Are you
How are
tired?
you? A little
I'm
bit.
uh,
Um,
it's early
have
in the
you have you had breakfast this morning?
Yes, I have. And you?
Okay. No, I haven't. So maybe when I have breakfast, I will be more awake.
Yes.
Let's see. So Julia, what are you doing today?
Today I'm teaching online from home, and in my free time, I'm going for a walk in the snow because it snowed here. I'm in the
In the
mountain.
snow, really?
Right, it snowed
Wow.
here last night. So it's beautiful. Everything is covered in a thin layer of snow.
Wow. Okay.
What are you doing
So
today?
if you're, sorry,
What are you doing today?
let's see. I've made a list. I have to do some training. I'm calling a couple of people from England.
Yeah?
I'm I'm going to read a book because I haven't read much, and I'm going to play a bit of piano, I think.
Oh, you play the piano?
I do, but I haven't
Wow, I didn't
practiced
know that.
like classical or pop. Yeah, yeah,
Wow. Well, that's a great thing to do when you're stuck at home.
it is. Yeah, really, it's very cathartic. Um,
Do you have a
okay, we
piano?
have two people. We have two people watching. We have Ferdinando. Hello, Ferdinando.
Hi.
And, okay, and there's somebody else watching. Say hello and tell us where you're from. Where are you from, Julia?
Well, I live in Milan. I teach in Milan. I'm originally from Canada. Where are you from?
I also live and teach in Milan. I'm staying in Milan now, but I'm from the UK. I'm from
Where?
a city close to Manchester in the north. Have you visited the UK?
I've been to London and to Birmingham.
Ah, to Birmingham.
When I was a child, my school went
Okay.
on cultural exchange with the school there. It was a lot of fun, and I liked it. It was very
Yeah,
different from Italy.
it is. Yeah, very different. Birmingham is very multicultural. It's a nice city. Um, where is your favorite place to visit, Julia? I also ask people in the comments, where is your favorite place to visit? Oh, there's Karen. Hello, Karen. Good morning.
Good morning.
What are you doing today, Karen? And tell us, where is your favorite place to visit? Do you have a favorite place to visit, Julia?
Let's see. Mm,
Maybe a
I
city that you
love
like.
Rome. I absolutely love Rome. I haven't been there in a long time. and well, many places. I haven't been to
Why
Canada
do you like?
in a very long
Okay.
time, so I'd like to
Mhm.
visit again. And how about you, Philip?
Um, well, tell me, what do you like about Rome? Why did you like Rome?
I like the
Because I really
atmosphere. You
like the
like it?
atmosphere. Mm-hmm.
I like the
It's one of my
atmosphere,
favorite cities in Italy.
the people, the food,
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
villas, and all the art. It's just an amazing feeling walking around Rome. And I love
Okay.
Italy, so I'm proud of my
Um,
country today.
can you recommend a place in Canada? I've
Um,
never visited.
yes, well, I'm from Toronto. I was born there. Toronto is a big city, very cosmopolitan. It has a downtown financial area like any big city in North America. It's worth visiting. There's a lot, but if you do go to Canada, I would visit Ottawa, our capital city. It's very
Okay.
different. It's a smaller city. It's very beautiful and old,
Very
and I
nice.
visit the lakes.
Hmm.
And
Okay. Then if I go to Canada, I will try to visit Ottawa
oh
and
yes,
Toronto.
it's worth it.
Okay.
I've never been to the West Coast, so I can't recommend, but I know it's very beautiful.
Okay. I will
And
ask people at home, can you recommend a place to visit? Nobody. I will write. Do you want to write, Julia?
for sure.
Okay. I will recommend a place in England. Um, well, in the UK, my favorite cities are Liverpool and Cardiff. Um, I really like both cities because of the culture. They have a big music scene and they have really good universities and they have fantastic nightlife. So I like these two cities very much. I would recommend going to Cardiff because also Bristol and the south of Wales is close by. And Bath is pretty close too. So you can see like the southwest of the UK. And then in the
Wow.
north, I recommend Liverpool because it's close to the river and it goes out to the sea. So yeah.
Sounds wonderful. I would like to
Okay,
visit
finish.
there.
Yeah.
Yes,
Ferdinando
especially
said,
South and Wales, perhaps. Oh, we have a great
Wales
con.
Queen. What did Ferdinando say?
My favorite city to visit is Venice because it's historical and romantic.
Hmm,
Very
I
nice.
agree. It's very romantic. Um, I
And
really like the Venice on. There are many places. Hey,
yes, Karen.
fantastic. Okay, let's start the lesson then. Okay.
Good morning, Massimo.
Uh,
Good morning, everybody.
good morning, Master. Okay, so the focus is the objectives of this focus are looking at the impersonal you, using modal verbs, and giving advice. Advice is, you could also say recommendations, but in Italian it's consiglio, giving to give and receive advice. Okay, so first of all, we have true or false. Write in the comments number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Do you think it's true or false? Okay. Julia, would you like to read?
Yes.
Julia.
Tourism trivia. True or false? London has more international tourists than any other city in the world.
Hmm.
New York
Maybe.
has more skyscrapers than Hong Kong. A French man built the Statue of Liberty. We can see the Great Wall of China from the moon.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay. What's a skyscraper?
A skyscraper is a very, very tall building.
Are there any skyscrapers in Milan? There are a couple.
Yes. There are some new skyscrapers now.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, in city life.
Yes.
Okay. True or false, guys? Write in the comments. Do you think they are true or? Good morning, Yuda. It's a beautiful name. True or false then? London has more international tourists than any other city in the world. Okay, we have a comparative here, more international tourists than. We use the preposition than when we compare two different things. Massimo thinks it's true. What do you think, Julia?
It could be true.
Could be.
London has a lot of tourists.
Okay, Ferdinando says it's false.
Right?
Shall we find out?
Yes.
It's true.
It's true, guys.
I
Well
was
done.
thinking I was thinking New York maybe has more
Mhm.
international tourists, but London has the most international. Okay, Ilario also says true. Good. Okay, New York has more skyscrapers than Hong Kong. What do you think, Juliana?
I think it's false.
I'm not sure.
What do you think?
I
Not
think
sure.
maybe, yeah, maybe it's true because New York is famous for skyscrapers. Okay, so Massimo says false. Ilaria says false, and Ferdinando says true. So let's find out. It is false. Okay. Can you read the next one, Julia?
A French man built
Can
the
you see it?
Statue of Liberty.
What do you think, Julia?
Um, I don't know, but maybe true.
Ferdinando says true. Eulalia says true. It's definitely true, this one.
Well done,
I
guys.
know this. Yeah. It was a gift for the French, no, for the Revolution in America,
Mm-hmm.
the Civil War. I think at the end of the Civil War, right? I don't know. I don't know my American history, but I know I know it's true. Okay. The last one. We can see the Great Wall of China from the moon. What do you think, Julia?
I think it's definitely true.
Ah, I think it's a myth. I don't think
Oh.
it's true. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a myth, I think. Fernando says false. Massimo, as I always said, the French fan, he doesn't know. Let's find out. False. Yeah, it's a myth.
It's
You cannot.
false. So
Yeah,
we can probably see the Great Wall of China from a satellite, but not from the moon.
I think so. It's too far. Okay. Um, are you surprised about any of this? Surprised?
Um,
I'm
I'm
I
surprised
was
about the first one. Yeah.
hmm
So that's really
Okay.
huge.
Um, yeah. Okay. So visiting London. We have two people visiting London. Shall I read Josh? You read Jenny.
Okay.
Okay. Um, so I'll be Josh. I'm going to London next weekend. Can you give me some advice on what to see there?
Yes, I was there last year. You must see Big Ben. It's really impressive. You should also visit St. Paul's Cathedral.
That sounds interesting.
And if you like modern art, you can go to the Tate Modern.
Thanks. Is there anything else I need to know about London?
Yes, you must remember that people drive on the left in England.
Yes. Okay. So we're looking at phrases. First of all, the answers to the what Josh, what he recommend. Maybe you can comments. Okay. So she has three different places. You see them all, right? And
Which places does he recommend?
which hmm and you can look at the the language that she uses as well. What types you use? Oops. Okay. All right. Well, let's give them the answer. If you said the correct answer, then well done.
So Jenny
Big Ben.
recommends the Big Ben,
Mm-hmm.
St. Paul's Cathedral, and the Tate Modern.
That's right.
Have you ever been to these places?
Yes, I have. Um, I've seen the Big Ben many times. I think when I go to London, I usually visit Westminster because it's really cool and it's very close to the River Thames. Yeah, and I have visited the Tate Modern. I thought it was really strange.
Yes.
um, like in one room, there was just a pile of bricks. And that was the piece of art. I thought it
Okay.
was very. And what was the other place? St. Paul's Cathedral. Maybe I have visited St. Paul's Cathedral. Have you visited any of these places, Julia?
Well, last time I went to London, the Big Ben was being restored. So it was
Ah,
all wrapped up in scaffolding. So
ah,
I could not see the Big Ben. And I haven't visited St. Paul's Cathedral, but I have been to the Tate Modern.
okay.
And I agree with you, it is strange, very unusual. So,
Okay.
Karen, St. Paul's Cathedral is my favorite place in London. It's very, very beautiful.
Hmm. It
Oh,
makes me think of Mary Poppins.
oh yes, definitely. It's magical. And Massimo
Okay.
recommends Westminster and the Ferris wheel, the London Eye.
Yeah, I think these are places to visit.
Hmm. Can you recommend
Uh,
any other places in London, Phil?
yeah, the Tower of London.
Hmm.
Should definitely visit the Tower of London because there are the crown jewels and the beefeaters. Do you do you know about the beefeaters?
No?
They are the guards that stand around the Tower of London, and they wear very strange uniform. But it's like a royal tradition that we have these guards around the Tower of London. But it was really, really nice, and we heard stories about people trying to steal the jewels. It was interesting.
Of course. Oh, Karen recommends the National Gallery. I've never been
Okay.
there, but I can't wait to plan a trip to see the National Gallery
Yeah, the
and
National Gallery. Cool.
to visit Dickens' house, Dickens Museum.
Ah,
It's the original home of Charles Dickens in London.
ah. I'm not sure if I have visited there. I think one of the best things to do in London is to go to see a musical, go to the West End. Like there is Broadway in uh, there's Broadway in America, and there's the West End in London, and it's really really great.
And how
Okay.
about shopping?
Uh, there's Harrods, which
Hmm.
is a big how do you say a store which has a department store.
Department store.
Yeah, huge. And the floor with all the toys is my favorite.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the only place I can think. Oh, or Oxford Street, I think. Um,
And how about open air markets?
there is Camden Town, the home of it was the home of Amy Winehouse, and she really loved the Camden Town. Yeah, very strange, but very good food. Like street food, it's delicious.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So we used some different phrases to recommend places. I think some of the phrases I used was one of the best places to visit is, okay. Another phrase that I used was you should really go. I think I said that. Or you should definitely go. Do you think of any other phrases I used? I don't remember. I would recommend. Are you writing this?
Yeah, I'm writing this.
Yes. And yeah, you should definitely go. I think is another one. Oh,
New.
okay. So, and we have some other phrases in the text that they use to recommend a place. Okay. Or to advise not to go to a place. There's a need to be careful about. Well, he needs to be careful about people driving on the left. So you can also say this to people when they visit a new city. You should be careful, or you need to be careful about. So when you go to London, you need to be careful about people driving on the left. But maybe don't. I don't recommend driving in London.
Right. So I don't recommend is the negative.
Yeah. Okay, what verbs does Jenny use to give advice? Can you see them?
So you must see the Big Ben.
Yeah. Oh,
You should
the
also.
answer.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah. And the last one is you can go to the Tate Modern. And you must remember, can is usually used for ability, right?
Right.
Like I can swim, but I can't drive. Okay. Could is probably used more for recommendations.
Yeah,
So
possibility.
And then we have must and should. Which one do you think is stronger, Julia? Must or should?
Must is stronger. It's used for obligation.
And should is used for
And should
advice.
is used for advice, for strong advice.
Okay. So the strongest is must, and then the next one is should, less strong, and then could is less strong than should. So must, should, could. Okay. Let's continue. There is an X of modal verbs. Shall I read it?
Okay.
Okay. Modal verbs. Modal verbs are called helping verbs. They give more information about the main verb in a sentence. Okay. Should or the negative shouldn't give advice. For example, you should visit St. Paul's Cathedral. And can't.
Can and can't are used to talk about ability. Can you drive? Could is a polite way to ask or to suggest something. You could rent a car. Must is used to give strong advice. You must see Big Ben. So must is very strong. Must is for something that you can't miss. So let's look at these modal verbs. After should or shouldn't, we have a bare infinitive. So we have subject, should, infinitive, subject should plus infinitive. You should visit. Let's look at can for ability. This is a question. So in a question, we invert the order. So we have the modal verb can plus subject plus infinitive because it's a question. Could, a polite way to ask or suggest something. You could rent a car. This is a possibility. And here we have subject, could, infinitive. What does rent mean? Must. We have subject plus must plus infinitive. So all these modal verbs are followed by a bare infinitive. An infinitive without to. You can. What can you do in Frankfurt, Paris, Amsterdam, London, your hometown? What can't you do in Frankfurt, Paris, Amsterdam, London, your hometown? Please write your recommendations right in the box. What can you do? What can't you do in these cities? If you have visited these cities, write travel advice. Where is your hometown? Write what you can do and what you can't do in your hometown. So Massimo, in Paris, you should definitely go to the Louvre Museum. Absolutely. Karen, I've never been to Frankfurt, but I know you can't go to the beach there. Oh, interesting. Why? My hometown is Toronto. Oh, yes, absolutely. In Paris, you should visit Disneyland. So after the modal should, you have a bare infinitive. You should visit. Hi, Phil. Welcome back.
Thank you. Sorry, there was a lion, and I had to fight a lion, and now I have returned.
Well, I'm happy you won.
Thank you.
So we looked at the grammar for modal verbs.
Okay.
We said modal verbs are followed by a bare infinitive, an
A bad.
infinitive without
Okay.
to. So the structure is you can visit, you should see.
Mm-hmm.
And our students gave interesting advice. Massimo said, in Paris, you should definitely go to the Louvre Museum. Karen, I've been to Frankfurt, but I know you can't go to the beach there. Philip, what can you do in your hometown?
In my hometown, you can go to the Spitfire Museum because the Spitfire was invented in Stoke-on-Trent, I think.
Really?
Or well, the Spitfire was invented by somebody from Stoke-on-Trent, so I think there is a, a cultural museum there.
Oh, wow.
And you can visit a theme park very close by. You can, if you go to the north of England, you should definitely go to Alton Towers, which is a theme park. A theme park is a very exciting place, like Disneyland. Disneyland is a theme park. It has roller coasters and rides.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah. And did you say already what you can do in Toronto or
Yet. So in Toronto, you can go up the Canadian National Tower, the CN Tower. It's 553 meters high.
wow?
Yes. And when it
And
was built in 1973, it was the tallest building in the world.
ah,
Now, not the tallest building in the world anymore, but it is still very tall.
have you ever been to the top?
Yes, I have. And there is a glass floor. So you
No.
go down and you are half a kilometer from the ground. You
Wow,
dizzy.
that's really scary.
Oh yes, Massimo. In Toronto, you should go to Niagara Falls. Of course, you can't miss Niagara Falls.
And in Ottawa?
In Ottawa, you can go to the Museum of Civilization,
Ah,
where you can see artifacts from the native populations of North America. It
that's really
is
cool.
wonderful. Yes,
That's fun. That sounds fascinating.
it is. And in Toronto, you can go ice skating.
Really?
So an old highway was converted to an ice skating path. So
Ah,
you can go ice skating for many kilometers. People
really?
ice skate to work.
No way.
Of course, yes, in the wintertime.
Wow. Yeah, not in the summer, I imagine.
Right.
I would really like to go to Canada.
Well, I suggest going in the summertime.
Okay.
We can also use I suggest plus ing form. I suggest going in the summertime.
That's true. We have used a lot of phrases to recommend. Okay, Massimo says,
I would
uh,
recommend CN Tower in Toronto. I love that.
mm,
So you've been to Toronto, Massimo. Has anyone else been to Canada? Have you been to England?
Did you talk about Amsterdam?
No, I've never been there.
Ah, I
So
went there for 24 hours. I stayed there like overnight. I got there in the day and then I stayed overnight until the next morning.
what
We
did you?
didn't stay in a hotel. We just walked around Amsterdam.
Oh wow, all night.
Yeah, it was the night after Halloween, so it was a little strange.
Was
Okay,
it
Matthew
cold?
said he's been to Canada. Okay. Yes, it was cold. It's cold like England.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to go there.
It's very beautiful. There are many museums you can see, like Vincent van Gogh and Anne Frank, and also the coffee shops you can see. It does smell like marijuana everywhere,
Okay.
so that you should be careful about, you know, bringing your children around, I suppose.
Okay.
Okay, Massimo says he left from Montreal to Toronto. Is that a big trip?
Yes, it is. It's a long drive.
All right, shall we summarize everything we've talked about today?
Yes, let's review today's language. So we had a quiz about tourism and we learned some new facts.
Mm-hmm. A
We saw
skyscraper
mhm,
is a
and
very tall building.
comparisons,
Mm-hmm.
then to compare two things. Then we read a dialogue and we found expressions to recommend. You
Yeah,
must, you should visit, you must remember. These are all modal verbs.
yeah,
They're followed by a bare infinitive. One more thing, when we use you in sentences, it's not you, Philip. It's a general, impersonal you. In general, it is possible to visit.
yeah,
And our students gave us advice on what to do and what to see in different cities and in their hometown. So, very good work on travel advice, everyone. A very
yeah.
interesting lesson.
When this lockdown is over, we have many places to go and visit.
I can't wait, Philip.
I can't wait. Okay.
Write in the comments, where is your next destination?
Okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you my next destination. My next destination is probably Budapest because I have never been and I have heard very nice things. Or maybe um, somewhere in Portugal because I've never visited Portugal. Could go to Porto. I saw a travel documentary there and it looked nice. How about you, Julia? Where is your next destination?
Well, I have many. I'd like to visit the south of Italy. I've never been to Naples,
Ah,
and I'd like to visit the Amalfi Coast.
mm,
Oh, north of Norway for Massimo. I
Very
would
nice.
also like to go up north to Scandinavia and Scotland too.
Norway is very expensive though. I think like €8 for a beer. I'm not
Wow.
sure if I can afford it.
Okay, guys, great work today. Thank you for taking part in our webinar and see you soon.
Thank you, Julia.
Thank you, Philip. Bye, guys.
Bye.